Imagination Band Explorers. I am so excited to be sharing with you a classic story time with Heather today. This book is one of my favorite books from when I was little. It's about the tales of Fern Hollow. This one is called Parson Dimley's Treasure Hunt by John Patience. And I love this one because there's so many things alive in the forest, and in this book, all of the forest creatures have their own little world. And I wonder what sort of treasure hunt they get into as well, with lots of cool maps and stuff like that. Let's see what happens. Parson Dimley's Treasure Hunt. Check out this cool map. There's all the different houses in the village. I see the River Ferny, Sigmund Swamp's house and boathouse. I see the Blodger's gatehouse, the Ferny Bank ferry. Right there. This is where this world takes place. Oh. It was a Sunday, and Parson Dimley was busy in the church, laying out the hymn books for the morning service. As he bustled around, he sang to himself, "All things bright and beautiful." And suddenly another voice chimed in. The old mole looked up and saw a little sparrow. It had flown in through a large hole in the church roof. "Good gracious!" the parson exclaimed. "That hole must have been caused by the storm we had last night. I must get it fixed at once, but how on earth can I raise the funds?" After giving the matter some thought, Parson Dimley decided to raise the money to mend the roof by holding a treasure hunt. The Fern Hollow animals all bought tickets and turned up with all kinds of vehicles. There were cars, motorcycles, a tandem, the fire engine, and Sigmund Swamp on his bicycle. In fact, the only animal who arrived on foot was Polly Prickles. Poor Polly! No one thought she stood the slightest chance of winning the race to the treasure. Now it was time to begin the treasure hunt by reading the first clue. "Look in a tree in a little round hole which stands in a place by a happy old vole," read Parson Dimley. Brock Gruffy realized at once that the clue referred to, and quickly drove off to the Jolly Vole Hotel, where he jumped out of his car and ran down to the river bank to the hollow tree. Unfortunately, poor Brock forgot to put the car's handbrake on, and his car rolled down the bank. And with a great splash, ended up in the river. Quack, quack, quack. The next animal to arrive at the hollow tree was Sigmund Swamp. Sigmund read the clue. "Now you're wondering what to do. Where the river is crossed, you'll find the next clue." "That must mean the Ferny Bank ferry," said the clever toad to himself, and away he went, pedaling furiously. But when Sigmund reached the ferry, he rowed out onto the jetty to the signpost, where he could see a piece of paper had been pinned. And suddenly there was a loud bang, and Sigmund fell off of his bicycle. The poor toad had ridden over a nail and punctured a tire. Whoa! Well, the clue pinned to the signpost at the ferry read, "The third clue you will find today is where the farmer stores his hay." It was easy to guess that this must mean Farmer Bramble's barn, and very soon the farmyard and the barn were crammed with traffic. Everyone had read the clue which was pinned to the barn door, but they had gotten themselves into such a jam that no one could get out. Beep, 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 bring, bring. Hey, move Move it! Bum, 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 bum. Eventually, Polly Prickles arrived at the barn. She was feeling rather tired because, of course, she had to run all the way. Boom, 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 boom. To find the treasure, run as fast as you can back to the place where the hunt began. Whew, puffed Polly, reading the clue on the barn door. Then away she ran as fast as she could, back to the vicarage garden. Boom, 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 boom. In the garden, Polly found a huge hamper of food and a trophy with "Winner of the Grand Treasure Hunt" inscribed on it. Perhaps this wasn't real treasure, but it had all been great fun, and Polly decided to share the hamper with all the other contestants and Parson Dimley. So they all had a lovely picnic. Look at those delicious treats. Which would you choose? Cakes and jellos and puddings and sandwiches. Yum! The next day, Parson Dimley counted the money that the treasure hunt had raised, and was pleased to find that it easily covered the cost of mending the church roof. And naturally the work was done by Mr. Chips and his sons Chucky and Flip, who did a very good job of it. The end. And you might see some of the places here on the map that you heard about in the treasure hunt. And it is so exciting to think about picnics at this time of year. What kind of picnic would you like to have? And what treats are your favorites? On a beautiful sunny day, it's fun to think about a treasure hunt in the forest and all the sorts of things that you could find to play with there. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful musical day, and we'll see you next time on Storytime with Heather, an imagination band. Bye!